I've discovered four archetypes in my work as an executive and leadership coach. They are the knight, the fencer, the wrestler, and the martial artist. On one side of the spectrum, you have the knight. The knight is fully armored, head to toe. He's fixed in his thinking. He's fixed in his mindset. He's resistant to change. He's not a great communicator. He's not a great listener. He doesn't have a deep relationship with himself or other people. Next to the knight, you have the fencer. The fencer is guarded and still somewhat armored and is willing to move because she has to. She knows that in order to be an effective leader, in order to move up the ladder, that she has to be willing to change. But she's still in a fight or flight mindset, which can limit her. She's reluctant, she's resistant, but she knows that she has to change. Then you have the wrestler. And the biggest difference between the fencer and the wrestler is that the wrestler is adapting a growth mindset. You can think of him as awakening. He's not in a fight or flight mindset anymore. He sees opportunities as growth. So when he has to lean into doing something he's never been done before, he may be afraid, but he knows that if he were to go through the process, he's going to learn lessons, he's going to deepen connections, he's going to become better as a leader. And yes, he still has armor, and he's starting to explore, and he's open to learning more about himself and others. And then all the way on the opposite end of the spectrum, you have the martial artist. The martial artist is unarmored for the most part. She may have a little bit of armor, but she's always looking at how she can release it. She is a very effective leader. She's trusted, she's sought out, she elevates others, she inspires others. People really want to be in her presence. Her whole thing is about, how do I elevate and mentor others? How do I elevate and mentor myself? Sometimes she can fall back into some wrestling tendencies, but she doesn't stay there for long because she knows, because she believes in herself so much and trusts her instinct. She knows she can be an effective leader if she's willing to stay the course and continue to be as unarmored as she needs to be. So if you look at that from a broad overview, what you're seeing on one end, you're seeing resistance. On the other end, you're seeing acceptance. You go from isolation to connection. You go from lack of trust to full trust. You go from, I'm going to fight and defend myself, to, I don't need to fight, but I can defend myself if I want to. So there's a brief overview of the unarmored leadership archetypes.